I'm just on the side of like I never find it a good point or there's a good time to go and start your teammate.
Yeah, when you're mid game.
Yeah, exactly. When you're in between rounds and stuff, like I say you're playing control or search, I think giving suggestions is cool. Like that's fine. Be like, dude, try to hit it like with me, or like being sneaky with it. Because I think the moment you start going up and like, dude, you gotta wake up, bro. Like, man, you're trash. And then they're just gonna play like it's like you're not accomplishing anything doing that.
Welcome everyone to episode 159 of the COD Casuals. We're your host Justin.
And I'm Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Doing okay. Doing
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I just came back from school vacation, so today's the first day back. I was telling you this morning, I was like, dude, I'm excited to be back. It's good.
Mhm.
And that got shut down real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it goes. I like being back because it gets me back in the routine. Um, just like having something to do every day.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I just feel like I kind of lose track of the job. It's weird. Like I go in there and then I'm just like, am I ready to do this? You know?
Mhm.
And then once I get through the first class, I'm like, okay, now we're back in it. But nah, just a tough day. But it is what it is. I can't complain. Um, but yeah, I've been chilling. I've been play a little bit of Call of Duty last night, which was good. I know I'm not doing as well as you though. You were just sharing about it last night,
Yeah.
having a damn good time.
Yeah. I was you and our buddy, you guys were like in a Discord playing and you guys logged off and I was solo queuing and ranked, and then I played with a couple of like friends from college that don't really like play COD. They're very, very casual. And it was probably the most fun I've had in COD in a long time. Because I
Yeah,
stayed up. It was 11 o'clock. I usually sign off around 11:30, and I played till 1.
yeah.
A lot
And
of a lot of pubs, some ranked against people that don't play COD, and it was
I
fantastic.
was just gonna say, I was like, Justin, explain why this was so fun too. Obviously with your friends,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
but
yeah.
then the big thing too with like the games that you were playing.
Oh yeah, the skill-based matchmaking, like it was obviously them because it was their party. I was farming fools. It was amazing. I was averaging like 53 kills a game
Yeah,
in
that's
pubs.
gross.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying too, I was I was telling you before we started that one of my coworkers is like, "Oh man, I want to be playing COD again," because I had mentioned the SBMM to him. And he was like, "That was the reason I stopped." And then I was like, "Well, they have this new thing, you might like it." I was like, "You'll always play against people that are at your level." And then he goes, "Man, that's fantastic. Like, I love that they would do something like that." And I'm just sitting inside like, "Hey, fucking bullshit." I'm like, "Dude, if you only knew. Like, it's good. Yeah, it's good for you, but I'm like, bro, us who we need a break every once in a while is not that good." I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm like, the days of us logging on to COD and having like super easy games all the time. It's few and far between.
Yeah, it needs to be a mix. Those people don't realize they don't need to go through war every time when you're playing at
Yeah,
high ranks. They just get to hop on. I was telling you, I was playing TDM with them, and everyone on the other team is pretty even. Like they're
right,
8 and 13, maybe the highest person's like 14 and 9 or something like that. But
right.
all the kills are spread evenly, and then I roll into there. Like I'm gonna gas myself up. I dropped over 50 in a TDM against these guys, and everyone else. I mean, they just didn't have that many kills to get. But again, that's what it used to be. You would load in, and then you would get like the top like 2, 3 people. They are just cooking randomly, and then then you'll get the games where everyone's pretty even. Everyone's at your skill level or like worse than you, whatever. But that's how you learn to play COD. That's how you get better at COD.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like I was saying. The fact that we're never gonna go through those lobbies again is kind of crazy.
Yeah, unless
Those
we start
days,
start new accounts,
right? Which do
but
my
then it would
account.
it would last like 5 games.
Yeah, I was just gonna say because even if we're starting on like a fresh account, um, immediately when we actually start trying, it's just gonna go away.
Hmm.
We'd have to consistently be bad. Um, But no, I think there needs to be a good balance of it because again, I like the fact that we do get some challenging games. Of course, it's gonna make you better. Um, but anybody watching, like, you know how it is. Like, you go and you play those games, and then it's just constant. It's constantly having to like sweat in a public match, which for me, that's the whole point of ranked. Like, if you're gonna be playing ranked, that's where you want to be trying. And like, yeah, you get a little bit better from it, but what real benefit are you getting from that? Whereas, like, I think if you're a lower level player, it is good to have that balance. Like, yeah, of course, you may be playing people at your level, but get a couple of games that push you. I think that
Yeah,
it should be like that across the board.
yeah. You need a little bit of a beat down
Yeah,
every now and then. Like
not
it
24
happens.
7.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, no.
my night was it was good. It was a lot of fun playing with them, and they're just hilarious.
Yeah,
The they're just like, how do you know they're spawning there? Like the questions, like, where did you get that skin? Boston Breach.
yeah,
They're like, that skin's so sick. That's like the MLG skin, and
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
hell
that's
yeah, hell yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
That it's just so funny that MLG is such a iconic brand and people are still talking about this, but they don't know what the CDL is. They
yeah,
just they see those Call of Duty skins and they're like, "That's MLG."
yeah.
When MLG's long gone for the people that don't know.
Well,
But
dude, I think MLG's logo was so sick too. Like having
yeah,
the controller worked in with that, like it was awesome. You
yeah.
know,
But
but I don't,
it
I
was
don't know
funny.
why they became so. I don't know why though. Why it was so popular, MLG, or like compared to the CDL. Maybe it's just the time. I don't really know.
Yeah, I think it was the time. I mean, like back in the day, everyone that played Call of Duty in its like major era on Xbox 360, PlayStation, all of that, like everyone knew of like FaZe Clan Optic, the MLG, Major League Gaming. So many people knew about it.
Yeah.
But now, you know, COD's, I mean, it's an old game. It's
No.
an old brand. Everyone's like CDL. Like they don't Call of Duty has always been one of the smallest esports in the world, and it still is.
Oh, yeah, dude, it's insane. Like I was watching last night because I mean, obviously we had the CDL matches, so I was watching those, and then there was some Valorant that was going on. But dude, there was a Rainbow Six event that was going on.
Hmm.
Did you see any of this?
Yeah, it was the championship. Their
Yeah,
like their $3 million tournament in Brazil,
dude.
I think.
Yeah, or something like that. I mean, I tuned into, I think it was, Jinxie. I
Hmm.
turned because he's so popular, I guess he just, like, when I go into Twitch, he just shows up there, and I saw he had 200,000 people watching him, I'm like, "Huh?" It's
Yeah,
like, "What?"
he's the biggest
Two
streamer right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like I mean, that's unfathomable, side note, to think that there'd be 200,000 people that are on their laptops or phones right now watching you.
yeah.
But he was watching the Rainbow Six games. Dude, they're in a, like, Gillette Stadium. They're in, like, a huge
Oh yeah, it's
stadium.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, of people watching them just freaking out. The crowd was insane.
Hmm.
I just it was hard to believe that that was an esport, it was the Siege Championships.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and to, like, compare that to Call of Duty, I'm like, "Bro,
yeah,
this is not even the same thing."
yeah. It's night and day. I think those developers just work with their the pro players. I mean, Rainbow Six was designed for professional, game, where COD obviously wasn't. But
Right.
clearly, we know that there isn't that much support for competitive COD, and also too, I think that I don't know much about the Valorant scene or Rainbow Six or like those big esports. I know their community's toxic as fuck,
Yeah.
but they are more grown up and act like adults compared to Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And we're
Uh,
calling like we are in the Call of Duty community and we're saying that. So like that you and I are very rare, I would say. We support like all the teams, like we support the players, like we're here for the like competitive scene to grow. Whereas I feel like most people are just kind of out for themselves and the kids and yes, I'm calling you guys kids, fucking 20-year-olds, 23-year-olds, because you act like fucking children.
yeah.
You're like calling it out like stupid shit. Like
Yeah.
any other fan. That's why the NFL, NBA, like all that, you get those stupid ass like fans. Like you are them in the COD scene. Just so those people know.
But the problem is though, in like big sports, there's so many fans that they're just like the small percentage of people that act like that. And then COD is so small in general that there's like the same amount of people there just makes up a huge percentage of it. You
Mhm.
start to
Yeah.
realize that a lot of the people who play and watch Call of Duty act like that. And I think part of it too would it's probably because like if you're a basketball player, right, and you're gonna be talking shit to some of those guys, like you just know that that guy has no ability to even come close to matching against like a professional player, right?
Mhm.
But I think in Call of Duty, people get this like weird thought that because they play the same game and like maybe play in some competitive version of it, that they are in the same sphere as those guys, you know?
Mhm.
So they feel like they have more of a right to talk shit on some of them, you know?
Yeah,
I think
and
I think a lot of people think that. They're like, "Oh, I play ranked." Like, "Bro, I'm Crimson 1." Like, that guy's an idiot. Like, what a stupid play that he made. I'm like, "Brother, you are
yeah.
so far out."
Yeah, there's not enough, like, positive, like, just being positive in general in COD. A lot of people, their egos are just so high,
So, yeah.
and COD, like, people outside the COD community laugh at us because we're just childish, and they're like, "COD is one of the easiest esports," according to them,
Right.
whereas, like, I would completely disagree with that. Every esport's completely different. They require a different, like, skill set for each game.
Right.
But I'm not gonna argue that the fan base is fucking toxic as fuck.
Right.
Like, when we go to these events are amazing. These events are awesome. But there is back in my head, I'm like, "Are you the fucker in front of me that's been calling me dog shit and ranked? But
Right.
you're cool in person.
Right.
But are you not? Like,
Yeah,
online?"
that's a lot of people in, like, just the online world too, like, especially with the esports and, like, COD. I mean, these guys, they talk so much shit, and then when it's
Mhm.
actually face to face, I'm like, "Dude, you would never say this shit,"
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah,
I mean, that's always the best thing or something that I think of when someone's trash talking me, like, for no reason. I'm
yeah,
like, "Dude, you have you just would never say this to me in real life, you
yeah,
know? I'm like, "So you think you're some tough guy who's gonna say it to me online? Like, go fuck yourself, dude."
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because you and I never talk shit against people, you know?
Yeah, it's a waste of time, especially
Yeah,
when you're playing ranked, when you're trying to win. Like,
yeah,
I was just telling you about it. The worst thing you can do is, like, yeah, well, there are people when you're playing ranked, they don't call out. If you're solo queuing, you're, going in with 2, 3, it is what it is. Like, you have to understand that. And maybe, like, yeah, I do it too at times, but someone could be doing something else, like I would much rather someone being silent than someone with a mic and a baby or like bag of chips in the background, like crinkling the whole
or their
time.
music.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's besides the point. But yeah, if I was telling you, I made a play and my teammate was like, "Oh, let's fucking go. Like, we're fucking awesome." That hypes up your teammates. And then we went up 2-0 in control. Then we got reverse sweep. And the guy switched up so fast. He's like, "What are you doing? Why are you so fucking bad?" I'm like, "Dude, that doesn't help your teammates." It also doesn't help when I'm a plat 2 and you're a diamond 3 saying that to me, but you're at the bottom of the leaderboard. So, like, don't just there's a time and place to shit talk your teammates, and the time and place is when they're all muted and they can't hear you, or
Right.
you just don't do it at all because it gets into the person's head, like, regardless.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. I'm just on the side of, like, I never find it a good point or there's a good time to go and start shitting on your teammate, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Um
when you're mid-game, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Like, when you're in between rounds and stuff, like, say you're playing control or search, like, I think giving suggestions is cool, like, that's fine. Be like, "Dude, try to hit this shit, like, with me," or, like, kinda just, like, being sneaky with it, because I
mhm,
think the moment you start going up and like, "Dude, you gotta fucking wake up, bro. Like, man, you're trash." Like, that gets in pretty much everybody's head, and then they're just gonna play like shit. It's like, you're not accomplishing anything doing that,
yeah.
you
Like,
know?
you gotta if you're gonna get upset and stuff, like, fine, but you have to do it in between rounds.
Right.
It's like, "We should be hitting this, blah, blah," like, just say what you want in between rounds, but if you're saying it
Right.
mid-game, it's impacting everyone, like,
Right.
not just you. So,
Yeah.
yeah, don't shit talk and rank for your teammates. Even if they are bad, dude, you're solo queuing. If you're solo queuing, you gotta just You just gotta
accept
expect that.
it.
It is what it is, like,
Right,
I solo queue a lot, and sometimes I'll, like, win a couple in a row, sometimes I'm even, but the ones that I'm winning are normally, like, no one's calling out, and I'm calling out by myself, and I'm like, "Yo, my teammates are awesome.
right,
They're the fucking best." And then one guy
right,
clutched, like, 1v3, I'm like, "Dude, you're disgusting, just run."
right.
And then, we win the game, and all of a sudden, they come off mute, they're like, "Let's fucking go, GG's." I'm
Yeah.
like, first off, where was that? I needed that during the whole
First off,
game, but
where's the fucking mic, bro?
at the end of the day, we won, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah. I'm like, "Dude, you felt that we could win without him." It's like, "Shit,
Yeah.
alright."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what if we lost the first round here? I'm like, "Dude, are you gonna hop on the mic and be like, 'Alright, we need to start calming shit?'"
Yeah.
Or you just have the mindset like, "I'm just gonna leave it, and I won't calm unless I have to."
Mhm.
But, nah, I think that's a big thing too for me, like, whenever I play solo, or even when I play with people and I don't hear comms, that's like that checks me the most. Like, it's just I don't know, I feel like that's something that a lot of people, like, need to work on, or especially when they just say, like, "There's one guy in the back, like, he's over there." I'm like, "Bro, over where, dog?"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, "Dude, we gotta be a little bit more specific with, like, our call outs here."
Mhm.
I'm like, "That shit ain't doing anything for anybody,"
Yeah.
you know?
The some of the call outs that, like, I'll get, you're just better off not even talking.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe those guys, like, they're good players, but man, their
Mhm.
comms are terrible.
Well, no, I
They
get
don't
it.
even
There are
wanna
times where,
bother.
like, dude, I solo queue, and sometimes, like, I just don't even, like, chat.
Yeah.
Like, it's what, like, you just go in, and then, if I feel like I need to, because I swear to God, like, just one person talking and hyping everyone up, it's very rare in COD
Oh,
that
yeah.
someone's doing that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when you start doing that, they're like, "Oh, shit, yeah, like, this guy, he knows what's up. He's being he's a cool dude."
Yeah. No,
And I'll
100%.
start playing better, and then, yeah, maybe, I don't know, we lose, and I know, like, we lost because of them or whatever. I'm like, "Alright, we're good, guys. We just, that was a close game, whatever. We can win the next round, whatever."
Yeah.
Instead
No.
of coming in and just saying, "Bro, why are you so bad at this game? Like, you shouldn't be playing this." That doesn't do anything. If anything, if someone said that to me, which they have, depending, like, how worked up I am, I'm just gonna team kill you and toss a whole game. And that's not fair to the other 2 teammates, but fuck it. Like, you're gonna be a dick, like, we're just gonna lose.
You gotta learn.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
dude,
just lose.
yeah, like, acting like that isn't gonna do anything for anybody. Um,
In game
Again,
and in real life.
no, exactly. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but I always think that. I'm like, dude, the way that people talk on games and the way they act on games, some of that has to translate into real life.
100%. It
You know what I
does.
mean? Like, there's no way you're the nicest person, like, in person, and then when you hop on to Call of Duty, you're literally a fucking terror. Like, you're
Yeah.
just, antisocial, you're just, like, dogging on everybody, you're so mean. I'm like, "Dude, there's no way you have a switch like that you can just immediately turn into that guy,"
Yeah.
you know?
No, these those people that are like that in game, it translates to out of game.
Yeah. I'm like, "Dude, you're some, like, fucking sociopath if you're like that. You're able to just immediately
Yeah.
switch how you are." I'm like, "Dude, you got bigger problems than the
You're
game
just
right now, bro."
you're just fake,
Yeah.
very if you're like that.
But no, I totally, agree with that sentiment, though. Like, I hate when I have teammates who just, like, bring me down all the time,
Yeah.
or again, like, you can just hear it in their voice. "Yo, so you're always
Yeah.
over here." I'm like,
It's clear those people have never, well, either they're just not a nice person in general, like, outside of video
right.
games, and fucking people hate them, and they just make excuses for everything,
Mhm.
or they've never done anything, like, team related. Because, dog, like, you don't if you're playing in a band and someone's, like, off tune, you're not in the middle of the show be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, "Fucking fix it."
Right.
You wait till afterwards
Yeah.
when you're done, and then you correct them.
I'd be like, "Bro."
And same with the in-game in sports. Dude, I'm not playing, like, basketball or whatever, and I'm yelling at my teammate, "What the fuck you doing? Like, move over
Right.
there."
Right.
Literally telling the opponent what we're trying to do.
Right.
Like, you play the game.
Yeah, it's more you play to win. No, it's
Yeah.
moronic. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely but I think that is, in part due to some people just being young and they've never experienced that shit before,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
know? If
Definitely.
it yeah, and if you're someone who's, like, late 20s, 30s, and you're talking shit to me and acting like this, I mean, God help you because your life must be fucked then. But if you're, like,
Yeah.
15, 16, I'm like, "Dude,
Yeah,
you're an
yeah.
idiot," but you're that age, like, of
You're
course you're
middle
an
school,
idiot,
high school, I'm not gonna argue with you, but yeah, no, dude, if you're in college,
and you're
grow
acting
the
like
fuck up,
that.
bro.
Grow the
Grow the
fuck up.
fuck up, man.
I'm like,
You're
"Dude, you
saying,
take
like,
this
all this
shit
stupid shit,
you
like
take this shit too seriously."
yeah,
You're just like, I don't know, say, like, take it too seriously, you just go about
not
this, like, the whole wrong way, you
oh,
know?
yeah, no,
It's
completely
not even
wrong,
about
yeah.
being serious. It's like, we're taking this seriously, we wanna win and everything, but fuck, dude, we're not gonna win the way you're acting,
Yeah, exactly.
you
Like,
know?
it's there's no point in
That's
acting like
stupid.
that. So, yeah, those, d don't shit talk your teammates, like, mid-game, that's, like, the
Yeah,
moral of the story
yeah,
because it just doesn't end well. If you're gonna shit talk, you wait till after the game is
right.
over, or you just do it in silence.
Or, like, I see those people, they do the mid S&D shit talking,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
in between the rounds and stuff. I always found that kind of funny though. Like
Mhm.
some people would do that just because it cuts out immediately, you
Yeah, yeah.
know? Like
Yeah.
like the round based stuff, you just start saying shit to them, you get like some whole dialogue built up over the rounds,
Oh, yeah, and
you
then
know?
like, yeah, sometimes it works on people where it gets into their head and they fry, and then there
Yeah.
are other times where, like, they are not fry they're getting shit on.
Yeah, it gets into
Because
their
of
head in a bad way. They're just like, "Dude, I need to kill that guy." And then they
yeah.
get gunned by him again. The guy's like, "Ooh."
Yeah, yeah. The best players in ranked are always the ones where, like, you hear them calling out, like, hard, and then, like, you win, you lose, whatever, and they're like, "Yo, GG's, good games."
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
you could tell they're actually cool. I'm like, "Okay, you're probably a cool person, like, outside of video games,
Yeah.
or let's just you're normal.
Yeah, I was gonna
You've
say
played on a
normal.
team before, like, you've played, like, some team-based thing."
Yeah. Now the handful of solo games I've done, like, when I've won, I'm always like I have my mic on, but I'm just like, "Let's fucking go," and then they're just like, "GG's," and I'm just like, "Yo, GG's."
Yeah.
Like, but I always respect that, like, even if they get smoked,
Yeah.
they just gotta you can't be talking shit being like, "Yo, you're fucking hacking, you're doing this." It's like, "Dude, come on, man, like, don't hit me
Yeah.
with that right
We
now."
we we get 5 seconds before, like, the scene, like, cuts, and then we load
Right.
into the next lobby, just
Yeah.
GG's.
Have a
See you
good
next
ending,
game. Like, God.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Um But now, dude, I mean, like, we're talking about ranked and stuff, like, we've been doing pretty solid. Right now, I'm Plat 2 and you're
I'm
Plat 2 as
plateau.
well? You said
Yeah.
you're just about to be Plat 3.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
close to plat 3.
so on the road to Diamond, we got plenty of
Yeah.
time. We'll definitely hit Diamond this season.
Yeah,
Um,
we're what? We got, like, 37 days left.
yeah,
Just gotta play more.
yeah,
Again,
that's all it is.
we're not playing more. I know you guys hear this every single week, but yeah, we are not compared to MW2, we are not playing
No, no.
enough. We're not playing a lot together
Yeah,
because like, you play in the morning. Lately, you've been switching up, playing, like, way more in the morning, and I just play at night.
yeah,
Um, or, like, podcast stuff comes up and, like, your work, whatever, and you're not hopping on. I'm just solo queuing, whatever.
right.
Um But also, I think a big part of it is we play with, one of our friends that we talk about, and we play with him and another person, and when all 4 of us are playing, it's fun, but then we're spreading the SR, like,
Too thin.
evenly. Yeah,
Yeah,
like, too thin, yeah. Because when I solo queue, like yesterday when I was playing, I'm getting, like, 95 SR right now, but then when
yeah,
I'm playing with, like, you guys, I'm getting, like, 65,
yeah.
70. I'm like, "Ah, god damn it, I gotta play another game to make that one up."
Right, right, right. Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that because last night, when I was playing, the same thing, like, I got about like, there was a game I remember I did really, really well on. I got a lot of time, I got good kills, like, good KD, and, yeah, it was, like, same thing, I was like, I got, like, 68 SR, I'm like,
Yeah,
"Damn, really?"
yeah,
I was like, "The fuck?" But it was 3 of us. I'm like,
yeah.
"Yeah, that's not
It's because
right,"
you guys are,
you
like
know?
you have good players now that are, like, carrying the load that
Yeah,
you normally would have to when it's just, like, the 2 of us.
right.
We're, like, spreading
Because
it more,
because
but
we're double carrying.
yeah, yeah, instead of
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Now I'm curious tonight then when we play and we get some wins to see how much more SR it is.
yeah. I mean,
'Cause
like, usually when it's the both of us, we have to play objective a little bit more. We have to play, like, a little bit more strategic and, like, closer to each other.
yeah,
When it's us 4, like, I just trust you guys, like, do what you want,
right.
and then it
Yeah,
works out, but,
yeah.
I'm just I don't know, maybe I don't have any time, don't really have any kills, but the kills that I got, like, helped, and that's it. It
Well,
did the
that's the
way
thing
it
because I
did.
played some games where I don't get a lot of time on the
Yeah.
hill, and I'm like, "Man, this ain't me." I'm
Yeah.
like, This ain't me, bro." Like, man, I'm over here, usually, I'm getting, like, all the time in the world, and
Mhm.
I'll get, like, solid amount of kills, but that always helps me, but then these games, like, I play we play with more than, just us. It's like, dude, I get 40 seconds, I'm like, "The fuck is this?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
well,
"Dude."
yeah, it's all spread evenly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what else
exactly.
yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just kinda popping on the hill, like,
Yeah.
when one of us gets traded out," you
Mhm.
know? So, yeah, I'll see what it's like tonight then, because it'll probably be a lot better for me. We'll get some more
Yeah.
SR. Because yeah, we're just on the road to diamond right now. I mean, like I said, it's
Mhm.
going pretty smoothly. We've been doing really well in ranked. They've those maps that they well, the map that they had for Rio Hardpoint and Control. It's
Yeah.
just been I no, sorry, no, not Control. Hardpoint and Surge,
SMG.
dude. Yeah, bro, I love Rio.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
It's a nice break, like, in the maps.
yeah, like it is. I think it's just a great map. Like, I think in Hardpoint, the spawns relatively make sense. The hills themselves are really good. There's just a lot of routes that you can hit.
Mhm.
And I don't know, visually it's an appealing map too,
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. I hope next season the pros, they have a chance to, like, add grease into the mix or, like, the departures because,
Yeah.
again, like, new just adding new maps, it just makes it fresh,
No, no, exactly. It
because
does.
like, I mean, my least favorite well, yesterday, I got, like, sub-base hardpoint,
Ooh.
and I was like, "I haven't played this in a while," so, like, it wasn't that bad, like, I was like, "Alright," because 'cause we've just been getting, invasion, 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 and I'm like, "Alright, I'm fine with invasion control," every now and then, I don't
Right.
need, like, my it's funny that I feel like I wouldn't be saying this unless it's this game, but my favorite map right now is probably just Karachi because there's outside of Rio, but it's probably Karachi just because the map is like more dynamic. There's just more stuff.
Yeah.
You can like take different routes and whatever, but yeah, like it's not terminal, it's not high rise. It's like you're just fucking hitting each other in those maps the whole time.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
boring.
No, I think I like Skid Row Hardpoint.
Mhm,
I think that's one of my favorite maps. I do like
mhm,
Karachi for Hardpoint,
mhm.
because of, like, basically what you're saying. I like the hills on there, but, yeah, I don't know, Skid Row just feels like that map I can pop off on,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
like Skid Row too. The only thing about Skid Row is like I feel like it's not. Well, it depends how you look at it. It is 50-50. Uh, if you spawn good or bad side, it doesn't matter. It's just whoever plays better. But it's like that P5, the P2 and P5 are just so hard to break. Like when
Yeah,
you're on the winning side of it, I mean, it's nice, right?
it's
But
phenomenal.
most of the time trying to break that, it's just so hard.
Yeah, when you're in the
So
blender on those, it is horrendous.
yeah, it's not fun. Whereas
Yeah,
I feel like Karachi, there are like the P2 in the diner. That's like sort of a money hill, but like that can be broken. It can be
yeah,
broken way easier than like the P2 or P5 on Skid Row.
right.
So,
Well, and that's why I was so happy that Terminal was gone because I think of, like,
mhm,
I mean, all the chains of hills that you could get from, when you were spawning, security,
mhm.
but then also, like, Burger, I'm like, "That's such an awful hill."
Yeah,
Like, it
yeah,
was just it was a joke, it was a complete clusterfuck of a hill.
yeah.
Um,
That's why
so I'm
Rio's nice because you can break it. It's way easier to break. Each team like has a chance of breaking hills.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say, like, I was just thinking about all the hills on, Rio. I'm like, I don't know how many on there that are just like oh, it's pretty easy to lock in a full 60 on, like,
Mhm.
maybe the P2.
Maybe
Actually
that's
well, yeah,
probably
yeah,
that's probably like the hardest hill to break, but it's probably just that one.
Yeah, because if you're from P2 and you're coming from, like, the bottom like, from streets, like, bottom ramp,
Yeah, yeah,
like, you
yeah.
have to come up that way,
Where the
like,
garage
yeah.
is, yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to. But sometimes, like, you can just go and hit through, like, through P1, like, hit Eskies, and you could do something there, like, I've
Yeah.
done that a couple of times, but that was, like, early in the time of the game,
Mhm,
or of Rio, rather.
mhm.
So, I don't know how well that would work now, like, someone just has to be watching the pinch.
Yeah,
Um
but you still have a better chance in, like, the P2 on Skid Row.
Oh, yeah. Oh
So,
my
like
god, yeah. Like, you can fight,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
on if they've got full control, uh, in Burger on, Terminal, I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that. Like,
yeah.
let's get out of here. Let
Mhm,
let's just go next." Um, and that's the same thing too with, you're saying with, Skid Row. Like,
mhm.
I do enjoy those, of course, when you're on the winning side, but for me, that map, I'm just if we have, like, 35 seconds and we're getting just killed all the time on P2, I'm just like, "Ah, fuck it, just rotate. Like, just
Yeah,
don't even bother with it." They're like, "Dude, that's a
mhm.
lot of time to give up." I'm like, "Well, we can keep throwing bodies at this and we'll die, and then we're gonna end up spawning there, and then they probably send people on the row." I'm like, and then we're just in this cycle of like getting out rotated,
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
exactly. You need a couple wins
Yeah.
if you know you send, like, 2, 3 waves at that, and if it doesn't work, then just go to the next one. It's whatever, reset.
Yeah, especially too, like, if you're on that map and, like, you get, the P1, you get some time on P1 and it's only,
Mhm,
like, going to P3 after that, it's like a
mhm.
20, 30 point game. I'm like, "Oh, that's nothing," you
Yeah,
know? Instead of just getting chained from P1 to P2, and then you're just getting pissed about that, so you go P3. I'm like, "Just stop, dude. It's
yeah,
no
yeah,
point for you."
yeah.
But, no, I was really happy that they'd added Rio in because again, I really like that map. Um it's been playing really, really nice. Um, Something that had happened over the week, which I'm sure I know we had dealt with it, was these COD servers shutting down. Bro, I didn't even realize this was a thing until I went and played in the morning. I was like, all right, let's see what the deal is. Play some rank, play some pubs, get warmed up. And then it's happened to me before where you know how sometimes on your screen where your rank is, it has like this weird kind of like red like rectangles
Mhm.
around it, or like I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's happened to me quite a few times. And I go into the game and it says I'm level one. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then I was and it would put me into a game, which I was like, "That's weird." Usually it never puts me in a game when I
Mhm.
have this stuff. It just keeps booting me back to the main menu. So I'm like, "Alright, let me go close game, go load back in." Does it again. Like, "This isn't good." Close game. And now I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" I go into ranked, and then it doesn't even let me go into ranked. And then
Mhm.
that's when I saw that they were completely down. Um, I still don't know how that happened. I don't know how
Mm.
that happens, period.
Yeah, I don't either. I think, I wasn't even playing when that happened.
Yeah.
Um, like, you texted us, like, in the morning or whatever. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I was
There's
like,
down.
"Guys, I'm
Yeah,
bugging."
and people were, like, freaking out about it too, like, all over, Twitter. They're like, "Yeah, we can't even play." And, like, it took all day because well, at least, I don't know how long it took for just, like, pubs in general, but ranked was unplayable until after the all the matches of the
Yeah,
CDL.
it
Like,
was
right after,
crazy
yeah,
late.
and it's funny because in my head, I heard about that, I'm like, "This is, like, completely outside of COD, but a little conspiracy." Like, did you hear about the AT&T
Yeah,
outage,
yep.
Verizon outage, and then did you hear about, like, uh, basically a cybersecurity attack from, like, China? Like,
I did not hear about that part.
it all happened within, like, the same week,
Yeah,
and then the
and
COD
then
servers went down, which is related, like, a bunch of stuff happened.
right.
And I was like, in my head, I'm like, "Ah, shit, this is how it's gonna go, huh?"
You connect the
Like,
dots on all that.
you can't first, they get rid of our phones,
Yeah.
and now, like, we can't go online, we can't communicate with anyone, like
Yeah,
but yeah, it was just weird that all that stuff happened
yeah.
same exact time.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
It's the
because
same
there's
thing, like, I know you're with me on that, accidental 35 or $30 bundle,
yeah, yeah,
complete accident.
exactly, yeah.
Oh, shit.
There's a movie on Netflix, like, uh, literally about it's the same exact plot.
Oh,
Like, the
yeah.
first thing first, you get rid of communication. Everyone's phones just go down, and then, people start going crazy after basically, like, the world's ending.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's
Do
besides
you
the point, but yeah.
bro, just side note, like, do you think the world would end if everyone's phones died?
Uh, I mean, I don't think it would end, but if something like that happens, something's happening.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
an attack is happening, so maybe not end, but, like, it would go into we would go into, like, a pandemic
Yeah.
again.
I think
Like,
so
it
too.
would be crazy because that doesn't just happen. Something's happening.
Yeah, I think, like, a switch that quick, it would
Mhm.
change everything. It wouldn't be easy for us to kinda, like, be able to revert back to,
Mhm.
what we had, like, I don't know, 20 years ago, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
When
because
we'd,
we
like
wouldn't be able to operate.
right. Yeah, it would be
Because,
ridiculous.
like, think about it, if you're a parent and, like, you have kids, and, like, I know there's a whole, like, sweep through the nation right now, like, we need to ban phones in the classroom because it's, ruining kids', like, attention span and whatnot, where, like, I agree with that too, but then I also agree with the parent, like, dude, the amount of, like, stuff that could happen in schools, not good, and I would want to know where my kids are too, and if something like that happened, bro, like, and you don't have contact with them, you're freaking out. Like, I can't
Oh,
believe
yeah.
that. Like, we grew up in the era where phones were just being, like, developed. Like, it's
Right.
crazy that, like, our parents, they had no contact. Like, you would go out like, curfew's 10 o'clock. Like, just go out with your friends, don't know
Yeah.
what you're doing, and
Yeah.
then you hope your kids come back at night.
Yeah, dude, like, my mom, she would go ring a dinner bell. Like,
Yeah,
that's how she would go and get
yeah,
us back. She'd just go out the back window and just, like, ring this thing, and
yeah,
then, like, she wouldn't know where we are. Like, she would assume that we're, like, way down the other end of the street, and then we'd be like, "Oh, man." We'd all run
yeah,
back
yeah,
being like, "Alright, we gotta go." Um, yeah, dude, that's why we turned out so good, bro.
yeah. Isn't that crazy though? Like, they just didn't know where we were.
Yeah, like, I kinda like that, though. I mean, I it's hard to say that now, but I would like if there was some way to have that with my future kids, I would, you
Yeah,
know? But it would just be so much tougher because, like,
yeah,
back then, like, that just wasn't an option, but
mhm,
now there would be so much judgment and, like,
mhm.
they'd feel, I don't know, there would just be a negative a real negative stigma attached towards that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I mean, there definitely is, but the thing is, it's, back then, all the crazy stuff that's happened, like, why people are worried about their kids and whatnot, that was probably happening back then to an extent too, but, like, again, if if you don't know, life is good, and I
right.
bet a lot of this stuff happened back then, but you never knew. But now, like, with the internet and stuff, like, you can expose all these, like, crazy ass people, and now you're like, "Wow, the world's, like, actually crazy because these people were probably existed back then, we just didn't know."
Yeah. Well, and you could monitor phones. Like, well, now it didn't. I take that back now. Now, like when you have a kid, you have no idea what they're on their phone,
Yeah,
and who they're being exposed to.
yeah,
So they could just be doing random stuff on their phone and
mhm,
leading, bad people into their lives without them
yeah,
knowing, you know. So at the very least, you'd like to know. I'm like, dude, when I was like 12 years old, like 10 years old playing, man, I didn't have a phone with me,
yeah. You can
like no,
control your surrounding
yeah,
as much as
exactly.
your kid's
Yeah,
surrounding as much as you
yeah.
can.
Yeah, it's like my parents were just like, "Oh, my kids
Mm,
are out playing with their friends," like, they're not on
yeah.
their phones talking to
Now
anybody, they don't even have
yeah.
them.
Well, now if you
You
have
know?
if you don't have a phone though, you're a loser.
Right?
100% you're a loser. Like, if you don't
Yeah,
have a phone, you don't have you're not, like, I don't know, on whatever new app it is with your
yeah.
friends,
Yeah, I get these kids in
you're
5th
weird.
grade, they're like, "Oh, I got a phone," they got the iPhone 14. I'm like, "Bro, what?"
Yeah. I'm like, my kid here's the PlayStation 50. Go
Yeah,
hang
right.
out with your friends online. That's different because I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
play
yeah.
COD.
Yeah,
Like, I don't need you, like, all over the internet just seeing, like, everything in the world.
yeah.
At least, like, I can contain you playing Call of Duty and your games with your friends.
Right, 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 right. Nah, I would be the same way too. Go ahead, go play online games,
Yeah.
I'm like, "I know what's out there. I know
Yeah,
what's out
yeah.
there."
You'll deal with the assholes.
Yeah. I'm like,
But
you're gonna have, like, shitty people out there.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
"But no one's really gonna hurt you."
yeah. Don't just mute them.
Yeah, just
You'll be
mute.
good.
Here's the mute button.
Yeah, don't turn into them.
Yeah. Get a
That's it.
job.
Yeah. Yeah, so you 15, 16-year-olds like screaming at us, just, just
Yeah,
mute them.
yeah.
But
But
yeah, no.
anyway, but I don't know if we got on it, but, it's like, I think though, I I mean, talking about, like, the whole phone thing, like, yeah, it definitely would be like Armageddon if people didn't have phones.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and it would not surprise me too if all this stuff was related. It's way too coincidental.
Yeah. I mean, it
Because
was
it
kind of Armageddon when, like, on Twitter just about COD. Everyone's like, "I can't play the game." Like,
yeah,
"I can't play the game, ranked is down." And I'm like, "Dude, what?" And I went on and played, that night after, and, everything was fine, whatever. But, uh, the cruise missiles, they've been broken.
dude,
So they fixed it. In pubs, it's fixed. In ranked, it's not. And so, what was it? I think it was like yesterday, maybe 2 nights ago when I was solo queuing. Um, I always play pubs before, got a cruise, used it. I was like, "Oh shit, they fixed it." I go into ranked and I use it. I'm like, "Yo, it's not working."
yeah,
And my teammate's like, "Fucking dumbass, it hasn't been working." I'm like, "Go fuck yourself."
yeah.
First off, like,
They coulda
what?
just been like, "Yeah, man, I don't know why it's not working."
Yeah, again, it goes back. He could have just
Yeah,
said like, "Yeah, it's been broken."
yeah. And then you would've just
Call
been
me a
like, "Oh,
dumbass.
man, yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that guy."
Yeah, dude, the COD community is so toxic. I hate the COD community, like,
Fuck 'em.
specifically ranked. Like, us
Yeah,
casuals, I'd imagine the majority of us, like, we're all good people, but goddamn, like, the competitive people, like,
they're brutal.
you gotta accept like, the scene's never gonna grow if you can't accept, like, casuals coming into the scene. Like, we
Yeah,
all play the same game, like,
yeah,
enjoy it, but yeah, the cruise, it's been broken. It's still broken to this day. Hopefully, it's fixed by the time you guys hear this. But yeah, it that server, uh, like shutout broke a lot of stuff.
yeah. I mean, and I didn't even realize that until I went in, like, same thing, I just went to use my cruise, and, dude, I remember I looked down at my thumbs, I was like, "Bro, am I out of my mind right now? Like, how am I not working this thing?"
Mhm.
Um And then I went and got another one, the same thing happened, and then I look online, everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, they don't work," you know? I mean, I don't know. It's the shit like this that drives me crazy about this game, or just about, like, it's not even about the game, it's just about, like, the developers and the publisher. I'm like, "How do you not get this fixed in,
Mhm.
like, a matter of an hour or 2?" Like, there's
Mhm.
no way that's a complicated fix. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
Right, like, that
So
was I don't know if it was a problem when the servers went back online and it was a problem across everything that you couldn't use cruise missiles. I'm like, "Dude, there's no
yeah, it
way
wasn't
that
pub. It was broken
it
in
didn't work
pubs.
it." Yeah,
Yeah, and
I'm
then
like,
they
"So, okay,
fixed
so
it. They
they
fixed it in
fixed that." I'm
pubs.
like, "Dude, so how can you not fix it
Yeah.
in this?
Well, see, no, see,
Like, what are you doing?"
this is the thing. They have too many cooks in the kitchen. Like Treyarch develops ranked.
Right.
I guarantee you they're like, I get it. You have to fix like pubs first. Like
Mhm.
ranked is as much
Always
as like it's
back burner.
whatever, right? Like the masses are in pubs, so you have to fix pubs first.
Yeah.
Guarantee you they fixed it and they were like, I don't know. It was I guarantee it was all hands on deck that day. They're like, we need to get this done and fixed. They fixed it, and then they're like, all right, we're good. We'll go tell Treyarch to like, hey, you got to go fix this. And Treyarch's like, well, what'd you guys do?
Right.
Like, help us. And they all signed off for the day. Like, went home. Guarantee you that's what happened. Because Treyarch, they have to, I mean, they're just going to get the second hand every single
Yeah.
time. Because again, if, uh, if Sledgehammer designed ranked, it probably would have been shit, but it probably would have been fixed right away too.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I don't know, whatever, like, you wanna call it, if it's, like your prediction saying that, they just signed off and they
It's just
haven't bothered to
communication,
relay and the
dude. That's
communications
what
dog
yeah.
shit. It's like, man, you would think at this level and at this stage of the game that they would have this down a bit.
Yeah.
Um,
You think.
right, you would think.
Mhm.
I mean, and it's not like it's been, like we're talking about this and it just happened today. Like, it's been a few days. and
Yeah.
it's a small fix. I'm like, ranked is fine otherwise, but
Yeah.
this is a small thing, but it's a big thing.
Yeah.
You know, because especially now, which we talked about before, like how cruises, aren't blocked by trophies, which I love, by the way.
Mm.
Like, I think that's just so nice because now it's actually worthwhile to get a cruise. Before, I really like, say I couldn't care less, but it just wasn't a big deal getting a cruise missile. Now it,
Mhm.
like, really is. I'm like, dude, you could change a game with a cruise missile. Um but now it doesn't even matter. I thought I was gonna do it, dude. It was so fun. I was playing Hardpoint, what is it, Skid Row, and it was at P5, and I'm like, dude, I might actually be able to get a kill here because it just goes straight off the map. I'm like, dude, if
Yeah.
P5 is in that corner there, this might work out. And it just like barely went over the fence and didn't hit. I
Yeah.
was like, brother. I was
Yeah.
like, maybe I can adapt a little bit and be like, okay, yo, the cruise is only good on P5. like otherwise, forget it. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm hoping again by the time this comes out that this is news of the past.
Mhm.
But it just goes like over a bigger statement that there's small things like this that end up having a big impact on the game and
Mhm.
it hasn't been fixed. I mean, this is the same thing. Like, I wanted to close on this because I thought it was a really good topic. Just seeing about the whole anti-cheat with Ricochet, you
Mhm.
know. I saw Nate Shaw had made a big post about this um on Twitter about how it's been a big letdown, like the amount of cheaters that you come across on a daily basis. And for some of these guys, like up in the really top realms, it's like almost like, like per game basis or like a game, then you get a break. Hackers, break,
Mhm.
hackers. Um, I don't understand how there can be so many hackers in a game if they have this anti-cheat developed,
Mhm.
because it seems
Yeah.
like from the top, this is all you see. It's just constant people that are hacking on it.
Yeah. I mean, we've touched on this for, like, so many episodes, right? Like, you back in MW2, back in Cold War II, like, oh, and Vanguard, like, it's because of PC. Like, do crossplay. It ruined it.
Yeah.
PC ruined it. Again, like, when you're on console, you're on the bright side, like you and I. You don't run into fucking cheaters, like, rarely. And if you do run into cheaters, it's because they're on PC and they're blatantly cheating.
Right.
Um, yeah, we're not high up in, like, those realms or whatever, but, like, you and I, we load into ranked every single day and we're fine. Aren't coming to cheaters. Like, even if they do have a PC at, like, the low levels that we are, like, they're not cheating. And if you're cheating at a low level, if you're cheating in general at a game, like, you gotta do something else better with your life because that's just lame. And the
Yeah.
thing is, like, not saying, like, any cheater's good, but, like, they're the cheaters that are, like, blatantly cheat. Like, you just see their crosshairs going everywhere and, like, killing everyone,
Mhm.
and they're not trying to hide it, and they just, like, think it's funny.
Yeah.
I still hate you,
Right.
but at least
I wish
you're
ill
not.
upon you.
Yeah, yeah. But there are cheaters up there that, like, they're saying they're good, and they're convincing themselves that they're, like, actually insane at the game, and they're denying that they're cheating. That drives me
Right.
insane. Like, I couldn't
Yeah.
even imagine that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, the brain is weird. If you lie to yourself enough, you can convince yourself that
Yeah.
it's true.
Well, I just find it amazing too how how you even enjoy doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get where the enjoyment is because like, the whole point of ranked or, like, for me, anything, is when you have to overcome something and get better at it, and then you succeed, you know? It's like if you're just hacking and you're winning all the time, I'm like, "Well, what enjoyment do you get from this?" There's
Mm.
no that like you're not doing anything to get better. You obviously have like the most, the advantage of all advantages here.
Yeah.
Um, I don't understand that off in the first place, why you would even bother with that. Um,
Yeah.
but no, definitely like, the fact that it's on PC is such a problem. Like I think having crossplay, I love the idea of crossplay because, I mean, I'm sure you've had it before and I've had it where my friends don't have PlayStation, so I get to play with people that are on PC or on Xbox,
Mhm.
and it's really nice. But man, if I'll be damned, like it's been the death of Call of Duty having crossplay and having it on these consoles or
Yeah.
having it on, having it on PC. I
For
mean, it's just
competitive, yeah.
Yeah, it's
you know,
insane, you know?
because I mean, we wouldn't be able to play with our friend if crossplay didn't exist.
Right,
I mean, like, yeah, there is more good that comes out of it, but there's a lot of bad in competitive.
right,
And yeah, like it's the people at the top like screaming for help and whatnot. But like again, you have a whole like Call of Duty League, a whole scene that is asking for help. I'm not saying it's like all the developers' fault. Like again, I think I've said it. I've said it so many times. They're like a hydra. You cut one head, and five more pop up. Like I, and it's not just COD. Like I don't know how you contain it and stop it. Besides I don't know. Like, but hopefully with
right,
like the rise of AI or whatever, like they can create some type of robot that just auto bans people. But the thing is, it's happened before where they just auto ban someone that's not actually hacking,
right,
you
right, right,
know, and,
right,
and you can't have like fucking millions and millions of people just on standby and their whole job is just ban this person, ban this person. Like
right.
you can't do that.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
Like either for a competitive at least, because it's gonna say crossplay. Um, they're not gonna get rid of that, and I wouldn't want them to get rid of that because, like you said, we wouldn't be able to play with our friend just because of that.
Right.
But for competitive COD, I think you cut the cord, go back to console.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
don't be on PC, cut the cord, and just go back to what it was. And now you're minimizing a lot of hacking.
Yeah,
And
big
yes,
time.
people will try to hack on console, but it's definitely a lot harder on console than it is um, on a PC.
Oh, yeah. No, it's way harder. I mean, we've said it before, I don't even know how you would even go about doing that in the first place if you were on a console.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, if you have a PC, I mean, anybody can just go and pay a couple bucks and you can have the stuff downloaded on, like, it's not an issue.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it is like it's a double-edged sword. I do like it because of the pluses, but yeah, the pros or the cons rather for a lot of these people who experience it. Um, yeah, it's ridiculous. I just wonder how other esports or just other um developers have been able to have anti-cheats. Like I think of like mentioned earlier, right? Like with Rainbow Six Siege, like that's on PC and that's on
Mhm.
console too.
Mhm.
But I don't know, maybe I could just be naive because I don't, operate in that realm of watching that esport, but I feel
Mhm.
like I don't hear, a lot in the ways of hacking,
Mhm.
um, as I do in Call of Duty from other esports or from other competitive shooters, you know?
Yeah.
It just seems like
I'm
in Call of Duty, it's very, very prevalent.
I mean, I'm with you. I think it's because the developer designed the game as a competitive game, so they have to fix it if, it ruins a competitive, like, integrity.
Yeah,
Um, and also too, as toxic as those fans are in that community, like, in general, like Rainbow, Valorant, like League of Legends, they're not I would say a lot of the players, like, they have some honor where they're not gonna cheat. COD players don't give a fuck, bro. Like,
yeah.
they will cheat their way to the top. I wonder if, like, these cheaters, they see Jimbo and they're like, "Yo, I have a fucking chance to make it on main stage." Like, that dude Jimbo was clearly good enough, but he just need that little bit of extra help to see through the walls and, like, make it into the league to prove people that I made it. And I wonder if there are a bunch of, like, little Jimbos like, "Oh, I can't fucking wait." Like, I like, maybe they're in that friend group of pro players and, like, they're just on the cusp of getting onto, like, a top tier, like, amateur team. And they're like, if I could just see through the walls, I'm making it to the league. And then they do it. And guess what? Then they make it.
It
We
wouldn't
saw this
surprise
happen.
me,
Yeah.
you know?
And it's like,
Yeah.
you just don't want to try to work harder and, like, just get into there. I don't know. They see one cheater get in and they're like, yeah, I can do it too.
Yeah. No, I think that definitely happens. Again, because of the fact that like they've had that one guy who was able to make it in there, and then I'm sure that at the amateur level, there's been a ton of them too that have made it in. You know that like whether they found massive success or anything, but they've been able to compete at some
Mhm.
level, which I just think
Yeah.
is I think it's insane. And I think the ball's on those people too to be able to show up, you know?
Mhm.
Like, bro, you know damn well that you're hacking and you're not that guy, and you're
Yeah.
still gonna show up to these
Mhm.
events, or like put your name into the competitive pool. I'm like, again, they've got no shame.
Yeah.
That is the point for today's podcast, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. This the people on Call of Duty, they're scummy. A lot of the community is scummy, and then they've got no honor. A lot of these people don't.
Yeah. But the people that listen to this are fucking awesome. The casual
Yeah,
community, man.
the normal
No, dude,
people.
the normal people, the everyday person, like, they don't take it too seriously. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like, I'm telling you, I think COD is one of the most toxic communities, like, ever, and I still play the damn game, like, every day just because the game's fun, and then, like, you go to events and you meet, like, awesome people. Like, you and I
right.
have met, like, a lot of, like,
A lot of
really,
great
really
people.
good people from COD.
And
But
where
then,
all
like,
those
yeah.
shitty people, they're just all at home, still staying at home, shitting on the game, shitting on
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
You know,
And
stay there, bro.
yeah, yeah. Like, the a lot of it's, like, just competitive too. Like, I don't know. I mean, casuals are very they just say whatever they want, right? But,
Right.
um, I'd like to think most people are just, like, decent people, but, when I'm in game playing COD, I just think every man for themselves. Like,
Right.
God,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a free
everyone
for
is
all.
awful.
Right. I like that. I try to adopt the same thing too, you
Yeah.
know? And
Um,
I feel that way until, shown or told otherwise,
yeah, exactly.
you know?
I'm not gonna, like, just fucking judge someone right away. But, I
Right.
mean, most people do.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people operate, and God bless you in this world if you're gonna be acting that way.
Yeah. Go, say it to someone in person.
Yeah, yeah,
You're gonna
legit.
pick the wrong person.
Yeah, 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 I'd love to see that,
You're gonna
yeah.
pick someone who thinks Call of Duty is fucking real.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like, and then you're toast.
yeah, that's the end of you, bro.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I think, we covered what ranked, season's going well, anti-cheat, what
The
we had
shutdown.
the shutdown, yeah, we had some news about the rumor of the new COD, but that's like, yeah. I mean, it's
It's
supposed to be a sequel to Black Ops 2, and, like, we already touched on that. It was like Gulf War, was
Yeah,
like
Call
the
of Duty
code
Gulf
name,
War, yeah.
which that doesn't make any sense because Gulf War was well before, like, Black Ops 2 if you're looking at the timeline. Because Black Ops 2
Wait,
was,
what?
like, you had fucking technology.
Yeah, because I would have thought at least, like because
Unless it's a new Gulf
Black
War.
Ops 1 is, like, Vietnam, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Cold War
Cold War.
Vietnam realm.
Yeah.
I'm like and I don't know exactly when the Gulf War fits in, but I thought it would be, like, somewhere in there, but yeah, Black Ops 2 was the first of the futuristic CODs.
Yeah, still boots
So
on the ground,
right,
futuristic.
right.
They don't have wooden guns.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Like,
how the
yeah.
fuck does that work out? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, again, like, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, like, I'm not looking forward to it." Like, bro, I'm always excited for it. Again, if it's gonna be a
Every new
Treyarch
COD.
game,
Yeah.
if it's a Treyarch game, I'm always looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Um, I do like settings though. I do kinda yearn for the more, futuristic, I think we've had enough of the modern warfare stuff right now.
Mhm.
Just like I remember when COD 4 came out, that's why it was so big because everything before it was just like dark and
Mhm.
dreary World War II stuff. And then
Mhm.
COD 4 comes out, and you got an M4A1, and everyone was bugging, and you're in a
Yeah, yeah.
helicopter. And
Yeah.
then they just kept going with that. And then we went to
Yeah.
the futuristic stuff. I
Mhm.
mean, we always just hop in and out of cycles of stuff that we like.
Yeah.
But I'd say for me personally, like I'm kind of looking forward to something a little bit old, but not
Mhm.
like Vanguard old. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I just I
Like
just
Call of
want, like,
Duty Cold War, bro. I like that.
I just you can get an old setting. Well, no, I'm just tired of wooden guns, bro. I don't want wooden
Yeah,
guns
yeah.
anymore. I
No, I'm
like
with
the
you.
modern setting, but you can make a clear example. You can make the game fun. Like, this game's a lot of fun. I really do enjoy
Yeah,
pubs in this game, competitive. But if
right,
you make more maps like Rio and the setting is like Rio,
right,
it's it's fun. Like,
yeah,
it does I don't care if it's futuristic or, like, modern.
right.
Um, Treyarch just makes everything, like, brighter.
Yeah. No,
Like, not
definitely,
just
which I like.
dreary. But I did hear that the game that they're creating will have tax sprint, which fucking annoying, but I'm sure they lost that battle because of, Warzone.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
think
never gonna
it's
go away.
I think it's here to stay.
These
Yeah,
controllers
and
are
I was just
so
gonna say,
choppy,
bro,
bro.
enjoy that new scuff while you got it, baby.
Oh, yeah,
Because
I'll enjoy it this
you
season
know
and then get a new
yeah,
one.
exactly. And then we start up, COD Gulf War, and it's gonna be in shambles again.
I need a new one if it's a Treyarch game.
Oh, yeah, dude, you're
Need
gonna
to
need
start
one.
out fresh.
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna have to get one too. Mine's gonna be toast by the end of the year, no doubt.
Yeah, like, damn tax sprint, bro. I
Yeah,
hate it.
it's done killing me.
Worst thing that's
Ever.
ever been added into Call of Duty,
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
tax
say
sprint.
it's not even a doubt. There's no debate
Yeah, that freaking, it's awful, but
of that bullshit.
yeah. But,
On that note, bro.
yeah. On that note, like, yeah, by the time you guys listen to this, it's a week of, what is it? The Boston Watch Party. So,
Yeah,
if you guys are around the area, the Gillette Stadium area, Foxborough, go there because 'cause we'll be
we will
there.
be there.
Be cheering on, the boys, and hopefully they can get a dub. They're playing
Yep,
FaZe, so it's gonna be a tough game, but
right.
FaZe did just lose. So,
Yep. Face is looking weak. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
They still look really good. But
Yeah.
Boston won. Boston won against Rocker, and Rocker's been a top team, and
Yep.
they looked really good. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like FaZe slipping a little bit? Is Boston on the up a little bit? Not too
Yeah.
sure yet.
Yeah. And, yeah, Boston won a game 5.
Hell yeah, they
The
did.
mice, yeah.
That's their fucking kryptonite, bro, and
It
they did.
is. Dude, I feel bad for Awakening and Vivid, though, because
I
we
know,
kept
dude.
losing game 5s, and now they're losing game
Yeah, I
5s,
know.
and I'm like,
Well,
does it
I
translate?
mean I
Was
mean,
it
dude, I'm just gonna say I think the team over at Breach, I love Vivid Awakening, think they made the right move,
Yeah,
You
they
gotta
closed
get
out the game 5.
hate to say it,
I
but
yeah.
it's reality.
I don't know how many game 5s we lost, like, in the MW2 year.
It
It was
was
a
pretty
lot.
much dude, I know it was at the point that every time I saw game 5, I'm just like, "Yep, it's over."
Everyone was, like,
You know?
stressed. Yeah.
I'm just like, "Yep, the chances that we win this, pretty slim,"
Yeah.
you know, which was sad.
And now
But
Awakening and Vivid they went over to Rocker, and now they're choking game 5s again, which
yep.
feel for those guys, but
I feel for him too.
I'm fine with it, against us.
Well, exactly, we're on the winning end, so
Yeah.
I'm like, "Bro, I'll
Yeah.
take it." Work on your game 5s against anybody else other than
Yeah.
Breach, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, make sure to go over there to the watch party because it's always a good
Yeah,
time. The food there
100%.
is really good too. Grab some
No, yeah,
drinks,
yeah.
hang out,
Yeah,
watch some
yeah, yeah.
COD.
We're gonna get plenty of chicken sandwiches and cocktails
Oh,
and be
yeah,
ready to roll.
definitely.
Locked in.
Yep. But
Sweet.
yeah, definitely, guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I know we're not in the usual setting this time, so make sure to go over there if you're watching the video. Like, comment,
Mhm.
subscribe over there. Leave any feedback because we check out like all the comments every single episode. Make sure to go on anchor.fm/the COD Casuals, where we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that stuff. And we're also on Instagram and TikTok, and we clip up every episode. So if you don't want to watch the whole thing, make sure to go check it out over there. And yeah, we're also on X. I'm gonna start trying to say X now instead of
Yeah,
Twitter.
I'll hop on
I'll
that with you.
try.
I think it's time.
Yeah, it is time. I also got to update the graphic, but
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
make sure you hop on X because we're always
Right.
tweeting there. Oh fuck,
Yeah.
well, no, it's still tweeting, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's still tweeting. It's called
You're
tweeting.
we're
Yeah,
we're still Xing over here.
yeah, yeah. Make sure to go on X. We're tweeting out there all the time and leave a 5-star rating because it helps
Posting.
us.
Posting over there.
Oh, posting.
It says that anytime you say you're posting.
Okay, posting. All right.
Does it
We're
yeah.
on X
I just
posting
had
every day.
I just had to double check, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
"Does it say in the top right tweet?"
Yeah. Oh, dude, that just sounds so old. We're
Yeah.
posting.
Let me go post
Post
something on
yeah,
here, bro.
yeah.
It's like, brother, what?
But yeah, make sure to leave a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that because it does help us out a ton.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think that's it.
I think it does it, bro.
Yeah. But thank you, everyone. This has been episode 159 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin,
And I'm Mike.
and we'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.